live. Most High in Christ. And Shalom, Israel. I'm Priest North Sub 500. That was Sapia Allah out of One West headquarters, right? Shalom Yahweh Hashem Yah Shabra Thumb to the Akim. Shalom Yahweh Shema Al Thumb Hashem Yah Shah to all our Wafim. Clap it up for the Lord, man. It's the Lord class.
That's right.
Lord class. All right, it's been a minute. Also, Sha'ol has the big ups. Also, Sha'ol. Big ups also Sha'ol. All right, we fluctuate this law class. All right, for allowing me the water to also Sha'ol for allowing me once again to present to you segment 15.
That's right.
God-fearing women of the scripture series. All right, I'm kind of delayed. Well, I am delayed. Salaki. On this particular segment, right? This segment I was working on it. It's a little late, right? But it's better late than never in this sense, right? Let me get Proverbs chapter 14 and 1, Bob, for sure. Okay. Proverbs chapter 14. Deal with you. You can read it when you got it.
Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house.
Every what?
Wise woman buildeth her house.
Read on.
But the foolish plucketh it down with her head.
Plucking it down, right? And if you're a wise woman, right? A God-fearing woman, you fear the Lord, right? You can drop that. Let me get the article about that wicked sister out there in Texas, but for sure. All right. This is a prime example of the opposite of what we just brought out here in Proverbs 14 and 1, right? Every wise woman buildeth her house, right? If you're a God-fearing woman, you are wise.
Right.
All right. You have a husband, and he fears the Lord. He's a man of the Lord, right? He instructs that woman. He builds her up. Okay? She buildeth her house, man. Right? She is a helpmeet. Right? But the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. When she goes against her husband, right? She says that, he's not the head of nothing. Okay? She wants to fight all the time. She wants to argue all the time. Right? You can bring out that article when you got the chance. It's a prime example here about a foolish, non-God-fearing woman.
Right.
Right. While the officers, while the priest is getting that together for you, right? I want to big up New York City, right? My hometown, right?
That's right.
New York headquarters, right? 1 West 125th Street. I support the New York City annual barbecue, man. All right. Under Captain Tazariak, he is hosting this barbecue. Right? All schools are invited. The whole nation is invited. Okay. Make your donations. All right. It will be highly appreciated. Also, Sha'ol will be posting the link to the GoFundMe. All right. Also, the location of the park, right? Marcus Garvey Park, right? Which I'm very familiar with. Okay. Hebrew Academy, y'all know.
Yeah, man.
All right.
2018, so
Most High in Christ to all the generations of Hebrew Academy in Marcus Garvey Park. All right. Big ups to Commanding General Yohana.
That's right.
All right, the leader of this nation. All right, who raised up a strong, austere nation. All right, warriors dwell here. All right, he will be blazing at Times Square.
That's
All
right.
right, what is it? Next week?
That will be on August 27th.
That's 2 weeks from now, right?
Right.
2 weeks from now, we're 14 days away from having the head of Israel, man. All right, the one that is the man. I'm tongue tied. It's not. It's but so much I can say about Commander Jerry Yohana.
Right.
All right. If it wasn't for Commander Jerry Yohana and men under him, right, through the Spirit of the Lord, it wouldn't be no truth. All right. So support Commander Jerry Yohana at Times Square. All right. He will be blazing Times Square.
That's
Right.
right.
What is it? Right before the cookout. Right before the cookout, man. All right. So here it is, headquarters, right? The barbecue. Then we have Commander Jerry Yohana, the head of the nation, blazing in Times Square. Am I missing anything else?
I believe Saturday night will be the boat ride.
The boat ride. Big up to also Charlotte Pond, man. All right. Also, Charlotte Pond has put in a lot of time and work in the entertainment department. All right. Big ups to that powerful piece and profit. All right. We have a boat ride scheduled for the nation. All right. Reach out to Priest Notes of 1,000, also Charlotte Pond, concerning the details. You posted the link, sir?
Nothing about it. You got a contact with us.
Awesome. All right. The water, sir. Reach out to Priest Notes of 1,000, also Charlotte Pond, concerning the boat ride. Anything else I'm missing? No sweat. Let's get it on.
All right, this is from the article of the Dallas Morning News.
All right, so this sister, right? This wicked sister was lives in Texas. All right, shout out to the school in Texas. All right, read on.
Woman accused of fatally setting boyfriend on fire at Arlington gas station.
Fatally what?
Fatally setting boyfriend on fire.
Boyfriend. Now, understand that what we're reading is an article in the World, right? We all know that sex is marriage, so read between the lines, Israel.
Right.
Right. She set her Adawan on fire, right? Her head, right? Read on.
Arlington police said 24-year-old Brianna Johnson will face a murder charge in the death of 25-year-old Ricky Dahl.
Ricky Dahl. What's his wicked heifer's name?
Brianna Johnson.
How old is she?
24.
24, man. 24 years old. This Wicked Johnson, right? Set her Adawan on fire. Right? Let's get into the particulars, man. Read on.
A woman is accused of killing her boyfriend by setting him on fire at an Arlington gas station last month.
And this is why I said I was delayed, right? I was delayed. I should have brought this out last month. All right, so big ups again to Priest and also of 500 also Shahal for allowing me to bless you with segment 15.
Yeah, man.
Right? It is long overdue. Read on.
Police allege 24-year-old Brianna Johnson pumped gasoline into her vehicle where 25-year-old Ricky Dahl was sitting July 18th.
So this sister is pumping gas at the gas station, right? And was her husband outside of the vehicle, or was he in the vehicle?
In the vehicle.
He was in the vehicle, right? So she's pumping gas, right? And he's in the passenger seat. If she's pumping gas, he's got to be riding shotgun.
Right.
All right, read on.
And then initially ignited it.
Ignited what? Ignited the gas.
Right.
Read on.
Police said Doyle was severely burned.
So her husband was severely lit on fire, right? His wounds. I think the worst is what, 3rd degree. They were beyond 3rd degree, man. I'm a gas and diesel mechanic, right? That's just a sidebar. I deal with gas. I deal with diesel all day long at the slave, okay? And when you pump gas, right? For those of you who drive, right, who own vehicles, right? When you're dealing with gasoline, no matter whether it's 89 or 93, right? Gas spreads, okay? It spreads, all right? It doesn't drip, it spreads, right? Read on.
Police said Doyle was severely burned. They were notified of his death Tuesday.
Of his death, right? So he was fighting for his life after this incident, right? He did survive, right? He did survive his affliction, but eventually succumbed to them, right? He gave up the ghost, right? Salaki, the spirit. Read on.
Johnson was initially arrested on a charge of aggravated assault.
Aggravated assault, right? Read on.
Which police said Wednesday will be upgraded to murder.
Still murder.
She does not have an attorney listed in court records.
I mean, she can't afford a paid attorney, right? She probably has a court-appointed lawyer, right? Read on.
God. At 8:45 p.m., July 18th, Doyle's sister called 911 to report that Johnson was hitting him as he sat inside Johnson's Jeep.
Salaki. That's the Ottawa sister or his wife's sister.
That's the brother's sister.
All right, so here we go. Her husband's sister, right? Her sister-in-law, right? Called the cops to make a complaint, right? Read on.
God. According to an arrest warrant affidavit.
Warrant affidavit, right?
A short time later, police received multiple 911 calls about a man on fire near a Jeep at a gas station in the 1900 block of East Mayfield Road near New York Avenue. The affidavit says.
The affidavit. It's pronounced affidavit.
Sloppy?
It's pronounced affidavit.
Affidavit?
Affidavit.
Affidavit. Huh.
Right. So for those of you in the prison department, you're familiar with the term affidavit. Okay, that's just a memo as to the particulars as to why someone is incarcerated or in front of a judge. Okay, so here it is. She lit her Ottawa on fire at the gas station while she was pumping gas, right? And then the community, right, or the passersby, or whoever was around there and witnessed it happen, right, called 911. Read on.
Witness told police they saw Johnson and a man arguing in the Jeep.
Right, stop right there. Slocky. So, as with any relationship, right, if it's not under the Most High, right, if it's not within the law, statutes, if it's not in the truth, man, right, even in the truth, right, you're gonna have ups and downs, right? You're not gonna see eye to eye, right? But one thing with relationships in the world, right, outside of the truth, right, you do that behind closed doors. Okay, do that behind. You don't argue in public. You don't argue in front of the kids. You understand? Read on.
Gone.
And if it's in the truth, to take that to counsel. All right, read on.
Salakia.
There is a gesture in this storyline. All right, I have not followed the story. All right, I know it's over for that sister. All right, and you know, it's not the first brother to fall under the hands of the snares of a wicked woman, man. This sister did not fear the Lord whatsoever, man. All right,
Yeah, right.
you got what I want.
And one said, they heard Johnson tell the man, I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to what?
Kill you.
I'm going to what?
Kill you.
It's like, is this the law class?
Huh.
All right, she just broke a commandment, man. What commandment is that, sir?
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill, man.
Salakia, meaning murder.
Meaning murder. So she not only killed him, right? She murdered him. She barbecued him.
There.
Read on.
The gas station clerk told officers Johnson walked into the store and bought 50 cents worth of gas.
50 what?
Cents worth of gas.
Woo. 50 cents, man. 50 cents worth of gas. All right, so 50 cents worth of gas is about this much down from right here. 50 cents worth of gas, just a few drops. All right. If I being you know an automotive technician, right, go and get 50 cents worth of gas to go start a vehicle, it's not gonna go nowhere.
Right.
You understand? But what's her name? Johnson?
Brianna Johnson.
Brianna Johnson, right? She gets 50 cents worth of gas and does what?
50 cents worth of gas. The affidavit says. Another witness told police they saw Johnson pump the gas into the back seat of the Jeep before walking around to the driver's side and igniting it.
Oh, so this wait, lock it. So this brother was the driver. All right, okay, so no sweat. So this brother was driving the car, stops at the gas station, and she goes to pump the gas.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. And she ignited the gas after pumping it.
Right. Salakia.
Now, if it's a Jeep, with today's gas prices, right, a Jeep is an inline six, right? So that's about like $60. So today, in today's time, right now, with this gas, with the gas prices, right?
Right.
You're spending about like 70, $80 in gas. And the affidavit says 50 cents. So she filled up the tank. You hear me, Israel? She filled up the tank, right? And got an extra 50 cents worth of gas. And did what?
And ignited it.
And ignited the gas. Read on.
The affidavit says witness saw the man get out of the Jeep engulfed in flames and run through the parking lot before someone used a fire extinguisher on him.
Now we all know growing up, man, from kindergarten on up, all right, they tell you stop, drop, and roll.
Right.
All right. Now, however, with gasoline,
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
with gasoline, you can't just stop, drop, and roll, man. All right, it's cold water, cold water, cold water. Read on.
Right. One witness said Johnson claimed she was smoking, which caused the gas to ignite, according to the affidavit.
Like who was smoking?
Johnson claimed she was smoking.
So this wicked bitch, right? Salakia. was smoking. Right? We all know that precept, right? And she's pumping gas, right? That is a no-no. At the gas station, they have a no smoking sign,
Right.
right? All over the gas station, right? It's like, read on.
Gone. Which caused the gas to ignite, according to the affidavit. But another witness said Johnson intentionally set him on fire.
Did what?
Intentionally set him on fire.
Listen, man, if you intentionally, right, go as far as to do such a wicked act, right, that is premeditated.
Right.
Right? That is premeditated, man. That means you thought about it, man. Read on.
Gone. Witnesses said Johnson was smiling as she left the store and drove off in the Jeep.
She did what?
Witnesses said Johnson was smiling as she left the store and drove off in the Jeep. Police wrote in the affidavit.
So she smiled after she lit her husband on fire, right? And drove off. She bought an extra 50 cents worth of gas, came to the driver's side, and lit it. And who said the affidavit?
God.
The affidavit said she was smoking.
God.
Listen, man, that you have to be one dumb ass. Right? It's like, let me be seasoned in my speech. That is very unlearned for you to pump gas, right, and have a cigarette in your mouth or in your hand while you're pumping gas.
It's like if I may.
Concept.
This is one witness who claimed it.
Witnesses.
Who claimed it, but another witness said that Johnson initially set him on fire.
Because they were arguing.
Right.
I wonder what they were arguing about.
Right.
Right. See, women, right? They can't take correction. They can't take constructive criticism. Right? We're on series 15.
Right.
Right? Throughout this series, right, I brought out that women don't have constructive criticism.
Right.
When when their husband, right, when their other one puts their foot down, what's the first thing that come out their mouth? Nigga, you not my father. You're not the head of nobody. Right?
Right.
Nigga, you ain't shit.
Right.
You understand? What's her name?
Breonna Johnson.
Breonna Johnson. I'm gonna start calling wicked hoes Breonna Johnson. Right? Read on.
God. Police said video footage from the gas station is consistent with the witness's account.
The what?
Police said video footage from the gas station is consistent with the witness's account.
Headshot. It's over. You got witnesses, right? What the scripture say about 2 or 3 witnesses?
Paraphrasing, they're the Most High in the midst of it.
There's the Most High is in the midst of it, right? And we got video in today's time, right? So you have affidavits of witnesses. You have the injuries, right, of her outer one, and you have the video.
Right.
What more do you want? It's over. Read on.
It's a lot here. Doyle was taken to a hospital and later transferred to a burn center in critical condition.
In critical condition, right? Now, those of you who know me, right? I myself was afflicted with Alakama, my firstborn. He was in critical condition. Right? Critical condition means you're like hanging by a thread of life. Like the Lord really has to be with you. Right? Read on.
He was unable to speak with police because of his injuries. The affidavit says.
The affidavit. So this brother was burnt to the point where he could not speak, man. He can't communicate. He can't write a statement. Okay, read on.
Johnson has been in custody at the Tarrant County Jail since her July 19th arrest on an assault charge. Her bail is set at $50,000.
50 stacks, man. 50 stacks, man. That was a merciful judge to even give her bail. All right, because if I had that much evidence, doesn't Texas have the death penalty? Right? Don't they shoot people in Texas? Don't they give them like the chair or they hang them in public? Right? I know Texas has the death penalty. I'm not sure which way they go, or lethal injection in some states. Right? This sister is a disgrace. Right? She is a prime example, all right, of what it is to be a non-God-fearing woman. Man.
Right.
All right. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1 is every wise woman buildeth her house, right? But this Brian Johnson, right, is a foolish woman who plucketh it down with her hands. All right, you can drop that article, right? Give me Ecclesiasticus, so like Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, about for sure. Right? We're going to highlight in this series 10 women, 10 wicked women who have something in common with this disgusting Brianna Johnson. All right, the first one, 26:7, right?
26:7.
Got Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 7. Well, sure.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro.
A what?
An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro.
Shaken to and fro, man. An evil wife is a yoke. Now, a yoke is it's like a chain.
Right.
It's like a leash on your neck. Right? Just like how they did our forefathers in slavery, right? Shaken to and fro. Right. So you're shaking them this way, shaking them that way. Read on.
He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
Right, so if you chose poorly, right? If you didn't give it this 6-month rule,
right,
to court her, or the next 6 months, right, in order to marry her, right? If you didn't vet this woman, right? It's like holding a scorpion, right? That's an insect. Okay, scorpions, there are a variety of different scorpions.
Right.
Some just sting. Some will sting you and paralyze you.
Right.
Some will sting you and kill you on the spot. Read on.
Verse 8. A drunken woman is a gatherer abroad, causeth great anger.
Causes what?
Great anger.
A what? A drunken what?
A drunken woman and a gathered abroad causeth great anger.
And there's sisters out there that like to get their drink on, man. No sweat. All right, but don't get drunk with wickedness. All right, drink responsibly. Okay, read on.
God. And she will not cover her own shame.
And just like Brianna Johnson didn't cover her own shame, right? Here are 10 wicked women of the scriptures, right? The Samaritan woman. It's like, can you pull that up for me, bro? Sure. You can use the Google machine for time's sake.
Which one did pull up?
The Samaritan woman. Right. So the Samaritan woman was the woman by the well, that our King Yahushua has spoke to, right? And revealed that she had many lovers. Right? So if you know you know that it's like your old phone's on mute bubble show. Okay. The the Samaritan woman had many lovers, right? You know, if you're a Black, Hispanic, or Native American, Indian, Aquat, right, sister, right, that is a no-no.
Right.
Right? That is a heathen custom, right? Unless you are a whore, right, a lady of the night, a thought, right, a smut, as they say in the world. Okay, if you're in the school, I assume that you're in the truth because there are differences, whether you're in the truth or are in the truth. It's like are in the school or are in the truth. All right. If you're in the school, right, I pray that you're in the truth. I pray that you're a God-fearing woman and not a Brianna Johnson, not a scorpion. Okay, I pray that you're trying to get into the right with the Lord. All right. The Samaritan woman had many lovers. That's not our custom. Right? The man can have multiple wives. Right? And it's every sister's worst nightmare. Right? It has happened time and time and time again. Right? But you know that says a lot about that sister. That says a whole lot, whether she's in the school or in the truth. All right. This Samaritan woman, however, had many lovers. Right? And she had a conversation with our King Yahushua. You got that? Where you at?
This is John chapter 4 and verse 7.
Let me get there with you. Read on.
There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water.
To do what?
Draw water.
So back then, in this time, right, in the Lord's time, we used to draw water. There was no water fountains. The water fountains of that time were a well. Read on.
Saith unto her, give me to drink.
Who says unto her?
Yahushua saith unto her.
Now Yahushua is our Lord, right? It's our King, right? Who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Read on.
God, give me to drink. Verse 8.
So here it is, this heathen woman, right? Our King is asking this woman, right, to give him some mayam, right, some water, right? Read on.
God, for his disciples were going away unto the city to buy meat.
Yeah, you have Rachel.
God, and sister asked Salaki, sir, with 1 Ezra chapter 4, verse 34 will be a Tuah precept for this topic.
1 Ezra.
God, chapter 4, verse 34. Sister Maparia.
Who?
Sister Maparia.
Hey, give it up for that sister.
Yeah,
man.
right.
Maparia Yahweh, right? Now, that sister is 10 toes down, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Right? Her Abba is in the truth.
Hardcore.
All right?
Right.
Big ups to that sister, man. All right? Hold on. And she is in the truth, man.
Yeah.
Not only is she in the school, she is in the truth, man. All right? 1 Ezra chapter 4, verse 34. You can read that.
Let me get it.
You can start that, right? And end it off at 38, Baba Kashur. Now that's a studied system, man. Hey, big ups to Shalom Yahshua Thamba Hashem Yahshai. That sister is well seasoned in this truth. Then from here we'll go back to the book of John.
No sweat. All right, we got First Ezra chapter 4, verse 34.
That's in the Apocrypha. For those of you who don't have the 1611, I recommend that you carry a 1611. All right, if you have trouble reading the Old English, right, then you can carry 2 books, get you an Apocrypha. Read what you got.
God, O ye men,
Oh, you what?
O ye men,
All you men, man. All you Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian men. Read on.
are not women strong? Great.
So like, we're in verse 32.
34.
Oh, she said. Oh, Slaga, start at verse 32, bro.
Son. First Ezra chapter 4, verse 32. O ye men, how can it be but women should be strong?
Should be what?
Should be strong.
Read on.
Seeing they do thus. Verse 33. Then the king and the princes looked one upon another. So he began to speak of the truth.
Of the what?
Of the truth.
Of the what?
Of the truth.
Of the what?
Of the truth.
Read on.
Verse 34. O ye men.
Oh, you what?
Men. Are not women strong?
Are not women what?
Strong.
Read on.
Great is the earth.
Great is what?
The earth.
Read on.
High is the heaven.
Read on.
Swift is the sun in his course.
Read
For
on.
he compasseth the heavens round about, and fetcheth his course again to his own place in one day.
In one day. And one day is like as of 1,000 years unto the Lord, right? Unto the Most High. Read on.
Verse 35. Is he not great that maketh these things? Therefore great is the truth.
Great is what?
The truth.
The ISUPK is the what?
Truth.
Read on.
And stronger than all things. Verse 36. All the earth crieth upon the truth, and the heaven blesseth it. All works shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing.
There's no on what?
Unrighteous thing.
Read on.
Verse 37. Why is wicked? The king is wicked.
The what?
The king is wicked.
Read on.
Women are wicked.
Women are what?
Wicked.
Women are what?
Wicked.
Women are what?
Wicked.
Man, if you're a wicked sister, you are plagued with the spirit of Asmodeus, man. That is a demon.
Right.
All right? Shemai Washaquat, man.
Thank God.
Your outer one wants peace, man.
Right.
You will have time. You can cuddle. You can speak. All right? You can get to know each other. There will be time for you two.
Right.
All right? But when he's out there warring, we just read it. The king is wicked, right? The king is the oppressor, man. We're in captivity, man. Don't forget that. All right? I'll be at the slave. I'll be going through hell, right? I want to go home to my peace sake,
Right.
to my rest, all right? To my rib. Not no wicked woman,
Right.
right? Women are what?
Wicked.
If you don't fear the Lord, man, you're a wicked woman. Read on.
All the children of men are wicked.
Or the what?
Children of men are wicked.
Come on, man. If you know anything about history, you know the tribe of Judah was the wickedest. All right? The nation is not no angels, man. We all did wicked stuff.
Right.
All right? Read on.
And such are all their wicked works.
All they what?
Wicked works.
Breonna Johnson did what?
Wicked works.
Read on.
And there is no truth in them.
There is no truth in her. She was smoking. And then her man on fire, man. Her protector. Her head.
Right.
Read on.
In their unrighteousness also they shall perish.
And they're in their iniquity, man. You're gonna perish, man. You're gonna perish. You can drop it. Big ups to that sister, man.
That's right.
Big ups to that sister, Maparia. All right. She is just but one example of what you should be in this truth, man.
That's right.
A God-fearing woman, man. Let's go back to the book of John, Baba, for sure. To the Samaritan woman. All right, so this Samaritan woman had a conversation with our king, right? Our king Yahushua by the well, right? I think she was trying to hit on our king, right? She was trying to get them boiled oats, right? Salakia. And our king, right, Yahushua, right, told this woman something that blew her mind, and told her how many lovers, right? And if you have a lover, that means you had multiple men, right, within your box, within your matrix, right? And she didn't know our king, right? He had to let her know what her sins were, and that he was the Messiah, as they say, right? Read on.
John chapter 4, verse 7. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Yahushua saith unto her, Give me to drink. Verse 8. For his disciples were going away unto the city to buy meat. Verse 9. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealing with the Samaritans.
So if you're in the truth, right, when you're in the school, right, you learn that we don't sit with these other nations. All right? We don't sit with them. Right? So the Samaritan woman is questioning our king, right? Read on.
Come, verse 10. Yahushua answered and said unto her, If thou knewest the gift of the Most High, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water.
He would give thee what?
Living water.
And this wicked bitch, Brianna Johnson, didn't have what?
Living water.
This is the living water right here.
That's
man.
right.
Okay, stay in class, stay in tune, man. Be 10 toes down, have them horse blinders on. This is the law class. You will not get this if you don't learn the law.
Right.
Shema Washaquat, man.
Right.
Read.
As you like to quote, keep the bit in your mouth.
Practice the horse bit. Damn right. Big ups to Priest Nosa 5,000 Officer Shalaya Olive.
Damn right.
All right, that is my brotherhood teacher, man.
Right.
All right. He taught me how to practice the horse bit. Practice the horse bit, man. The horse, right? For the Texans, right? Like this Brianna Johnson, right? You mount the horse.
Right.
It has straps. It has a horse bit. You want to pull the horse to the left, you pull him to the horse. You pull him to the left. Put that horse bit to the left. It's gonna go to the left. You want to pull him to the right, pull him to the right. Pull that horse bit to the right, it's gonna go to the right, man. The horse bit. Practice it.
Right.
You learn in silence, as our king said, right? He suffered not the woman to teach, I'm paraphrasing, right? Or to absorb authority over the man in this wicked system. Brianna Johnson, right? She absorbed authority over her man, over her Ottawa, by lighting him on fire.
Right.
Read on.
God, verse 11. The woman said unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep, from whence thou hast from whence then hast thou that living water? Verse 12. Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? Verse 13. Yahushua answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again.
Shall do what?
Thirst again.
So this is the water that he was referring to, right? This
Right.
is a simulation of what was at the well, okay? But our king said living water. This is the living water right here.
Right.
Okay? Read on.
Come, verse 14. But Whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst.
Shall do what?
Never thirst.
Hey man, that Brianna Johnson, she will forever have thirst if she don't repent.
Right.
You know?
But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
The big ups to the men above me
That's
who
right.
raised me up, man, for having rivers of water springing up, man. All right, and making me preaching also a $500 shop your hour.
That's right.
All right, read on.
Verse 15. The woman said unto him, Sir, give me this water,
Give me what?
this water,
Read on.
that I thirst not.
That I what?
Thirst not.
Man, so this sister is beseeching our king, man, that she wants this water. She wants this work.
Right.
She wants all the smoke. Read on.
Neither come hither to draw.
She don't even want him to draw his own water. Read on.
Verse 16. Yahushua said unto her, Go, call thy husband.
Call who?
Thy husband.
Hey man, we don't sit with other men's wives, man.
Right.
All right, read on.
And come hither.
And come what?
Hither.
That's right. He said, go get your husband. Read on.
Verse 17. The woman answered and said, I have no husband.
I have not what?
No husband.
Here it comes. Read on.
Yahushua said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband.
Here comes the cut. Read on.
Verse 18. For thou hast had 5 husbands,
You's a hoe. Read on.
and he whom thou now hast is not thy husband.
It's not what?
Thy husband.
Lord have mercy. Read on.
And that saidest thou truly.
And that says what?
Thou truly.
Meaning sincerely. Read on.
Verse 19. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet.
You hear that word a lot in this truth.
Right.
All right, there's a lot of prophets in the ISUPK. Read on.
Verse 20. Our fathers worship in this mountain, and he said that in Jerusalem is a place where men ought to worship.
Where men ought to worship. All right, Salakia. All right. Give me verse. Give me the next verse, Salakia.
God, verse 21. Yahushua said unto her, Woman, believe, woman,
Who?
woman,
Read on.
believe me, the hour cometh when he shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Most High.
Give me verse 32, Salakia.
Verse 22. Ye worship ye know not what.
You what?
Ye worship ye know not what.
Man, if you're not a God-fearing woman, you what?
Ye worship ye know not what.
Read on.
We know what we worship.
Hearing this truth, right? Hearing the ISUPK and the Commander Jerry Hunter.
Right.
Read on.
For salvation is of the Jews.
Read the precept before that.
We know what we worship.
We know what we worship here in the ISUPK. Under Commander Jerry Hunter.
That's right.
Since 1969.
Come on.
Read on.
For salvation is of the Jews.
Of the Jews, man. All right. We're gonna drop this, right? Because see, unlike Brianna Johnson, right? This Samaritan woman came home. All right. Now I called her a heathen earlier, all right? But she came home. She believed. All right. She came in the truth, as they say. Okay. We're gonna give you another one. Give me Gomer. All right. Give me that sister Gomer about Kashaw.
Come on.
All right. That was Hosea, the prophet Hosea's wife, right? Gomer. Gomer. All right. So this is the Samaritan woman was a wicked woman, right? And when she shedded herself, I believe, she put away the old woman, right? She put away the Brianna Johnson, right? And the so on and so forth,
Right.
But Gomor, what did Gomor do? Where's Gomor at?
That's Hosea, the first chapter. Hosea, first chapter.
Give me the meat of it for time's sake. All right, Hosea is a powerful book in the scriptures. All right, you have to read it on your own time. It's very intuitive. It's very knowledgeable. Right? It speaks in much metaphors, a lot of parables in it, a lot of jewels in this. Okay, it's a lot of milk and a lot of meat.
Gone. Let me start verse 1.
You can start at verse 1.
This is Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 1. It's a lot. Hosea chapter 1, verse 1. The word of the Most High that came unto Hosea, the son of Beeri, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, kings of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel.
King of Israel. All right. The wives of whoremers. Read on.
Verse 2. The beginning of the word of the Most High by Hosea. And the Most High said to Hosea, Go, take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and the children of whoredoms.
I recall bringing this out.
Right.
Right. What's that brother's name? Brianna. What's his name? Brianna Johnson. What was Brianna Johnson's husband's name?
His name was Salakia, right? Now, Salakia. The brother name was Ricky Dog.
Ricky Dog, right? Read on.
God. For the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from the Most High.
Ricky had, like most brothers in the world, right? They had a wife of whoredoms. Right? This Brianna Johnson was a wife of whoredoms. These 10 wicked women of the scriptures, right? Are wives of whoredoms. Man. Read on.
God, verse 3. So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim,
right,
which conceived and bare him a son.
Right? Now get down to the meat. Right? For time's sake, right? You could run this down to verse 10. Salakia, verse 11. Salakia.
Verse 4. And the Most High said unto him, Call his name Jezreel.
So they had a son, Hosea and Gomer had a son named Jezreel, right? Read on.
For yet a little while.
Read on.
And I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause to seize the kingdom of the house of Israel.
This is the Most High, man. This is the Most High speaking these words, right? Read on.
Verse 5. And it shall come to pass at that day that I will break the bow of Israel and the valley of Jezreel.
This is a parable about a priest and prophet of the Lord who was ordered to take a Brianna Johnson, right, as a wife,
right?
Okay, and have a child with her,
right?
Read on.
God. Salakia. Verse 6. And she conceived again. She conceived again.
Read on.
And bare a daughter.
So here you go. That's every woman's care package, right? They didn't want one child, a daughter and a son, so they could pray together. Right? Read on.
And the Most High said unto him, call her name
Lo-Ruhamah.
Leruhamah, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel,
Read on.
but I will utterly take them away. Verse 7. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah,
The house of who?
Judah,
Read on.
and will save them by the Most High their power,
Read on.
and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by cattle, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen.
Meaning war. Will not save them in holy wars. Right? Read on.
Verse 8. Now when she had weaned Leruhamah, she conceived and bare a son.
Hosea, listen, Hosea, Ephraimite? Slack it. That's 3 kids. That's 3 arrows, man. Read on.
God. Verse 9. Then said the Most High, call his name Lomai, Loami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. Verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
Slack it. The meat is at 2 and 1. It's like 2 and 2.
Drop this and go to verse 1, chapter 2, verse 2.
Right, for time's sake, right? The prophet Hosea had a wife named Gomer, right? And she left him after having 3 kids, man. Okay? He's on the shot seed up in them, right? They become one flesh. And this wicked whore left her Ottawa. She too became a Breonna Johnson, right? And committed adultery, right? Read what you got.
God. Hosea chapter 2 and verse 2. Plead with your mother.
Plead with who?
Plead with your mother.
Read on.
Plead, for she is not my wife.
She is what?
Not my wife.
Man, listen, man. You married, right? And you go as an aqua, right? You go and spread your legs and let somebody else in the matrix, man. You a what?
Not my wife.
I don't want you. Kick rocks.
Right.
I want my dowry back.
Right.
Bet that. Read on.
Neither am I her husband.
Neither am what?
Am I her husband?
Man, I am not her head.
Right.
Read on.
Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight.
Stop. Pull her Breonna Johnson's out of her sight, man. Read on.
And her adulteries from between her breasts.
From what?
Between her breasts.
Come on, man. Y'all ain't new to this, man. We on segment 15. Read on.
Verse 3. Lest I strip her naked.
Lisa, what?
Strip her naked.
Lord have mercy. Read on.
And set her as in the day that she was born.
Man, pull her in her birthday suit. Read on.
And make her as a wilderness.
It's like, that's a desolation.
Right.
Oh, wilderness. Ain't nothing there. Ain't no oasis in no damn wilderness. Read on.
And set her like a dry land.
And set her what?
Like a dry land.
Read on.
And slay her with thirst.
With what?
With thirst.
Not no living water. She ain't want living water.
Right.
All right, she gonna be dry.
Right.
She gonna be dry of her iniquity.
Right.
Shema washaquat.
Right.
All right, you can drop that, man. All right. There's a moral to that story. I would like for you to read it on your own time. All right. It's actually a turn of events with Gomer, just like that Samaritan woman. All right. Drop that. Give me Lot's wife. All right. Lot's wife was another wicked one, unlike Breonna Johnson. Right. We don't know yet if Breonna Johnson will come home to the truth.
Right.
Okay, we just know that she is a wicked, disgusting sister in the world. She in the world we respect. Right? She needs some milk. She needs some living water. All right. And so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American women, they need some milk too. They need some water. All right. So if you know someone, right, or if you're out there watching, you subscribe to these uh, platforms such as uh, ISUPK Yonkers, Israelite headquarters. All right, oh, big ups Connecticut, man. ISUPK Connecticut, man. Peace and also of 5,000, also Karaya Olive
That's
holding
right.
down Connecticut, right? Connecticut is my third home, all right? My father's out there in the world, right? That's where my parental lineage is at. All right, big up to that powerful priest and also of 5,000, also Karaya Olive. Hey, big up John Muhammad, man. John
That's right.
Muhammad blazed Connecticut, man. All right, that was a heavy class. A lot of Akim had private counsel. All right, brotherhood is a weapon, man. As you know, brotherhood is synonymous with sisterhood. Okay, but you wouldn't know that unless you studied law, right? And this is the law class. This is where you get all the milk and the meat and the living water. Right? This is where you build your foundation. Right? Read on.
God, this is it's like I'm trying to
Lot was Sodom and Gomorrah.
but I got it. I just want to look for a scripture that says something before you stop. So yeah.
It was when she turned and was made into.
God, I got it. Well, I wanted something else, but all right, that's right.
God.
This is Genesis chapter 19, verse 26.
Read it when you got it.
God. But his wife, Slakia, but his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt.
Now, if you know anything about the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The angels, it's like Sodom and Gomorrah. It just reminds me here in New York,
Right.
right? With all these sodomites, right? They just had the great parade, right?
Yeah, right.
What they're here, they're clear, they're used to it, right? Whatever their slogan is, right? It was just like that in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? These people were so wicked they wanted to have sex with the angels, man,
Right.
the Alahayim, okay, who were here in human form, okay. And you had Lot and his wife, right? His wife, the reason why she is in this top 10 category of being wicked, right, is because she disobeyed not only her Adawan, right, but the Most High Power. She disobeyed the Most High Power, right? They said, "Do not look back."
Right.
Ain't that simple?
Right.
To follow a simple order, right? Don't look back. What she did? She looked back, and what happened?
But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt.
And if you want to, be a Breonna Johnson,
Right.
or a Samaritan woman, right, or Gomor, or Lot's wife, you're gonna become what?
A pillar of salt.
Don't be salty, man. Be alive.
Right.
Come out the valley of dry bones. Right? You can drop that. Let me get the witch of Endor. All right, the witch of Endor. That's with Saul, right? Necromancer, right? Necromancer, right? We y'all know Vin Diesel, right? I'm a big fan of Vin Diesel. He does all the Fast and the Furious movies. He made a movie. I think it was Pitch Black.
So, like, what you want to pull up? Which
The witch of Endor. That was when King Saul had inquired about her to see if he would be victorious against the Philistines.
I got it.
It's like, so being a necromancer, right? Necromancer is you being a witch, where you communicate with the dead,
Right.
right? So here it is, right? In today's time, right? In our time, right? Uh, the only the only the only example I have outside of this parable of the witch of Endor, right, would be Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel, right, the actor Vin Diesel, he made a movie called Pitch Black, right, and eventually he was like some sort of renegade or something, and he became the leader of the Necromancer Empire. Right, being a necromancer, you speak with the dead, you communicate with the dead. In King Saul's time, right, this that necromancer stuff was outlawed. You would get put to death.
Right.
Right. So here it is. King Saul met with this woman. Read on.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 28 and verse 7. Then said Saul unto his servant, seek me a woman that have a familiar spirit.
A what?
A familiar spirit.
Oh, read on, sir.
That I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, behold, there is a woman that hath a familiar spirit at Endor.
At Endor. All right. And if you practice necromancy or any type of witchcraft, right? Any iniquity outside of the law, statutes, and commandments, you are not only a scorpion, a witch, a Brianna Johnson,
Right.
right? You're what? A familiar spirit. A familiar spirit.
God.
Any more than that?
Oh, we got verse 8. You want to go on?
God.
Verse 8. Also, the Lord said, step not of which to live.
Pick up. That's right. That's what I was looking for. Salakia. Read on.
Verse 8. Then Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment.
So Saul knew something about guerrilla warfare, man. Right? Even though he too was wicked upon a time, right? This was the king of Israel, right? And he disguised himself, right? And he became a ninja. And he changed his appearance. Right? Read on.
And he went, and 2 men with him.
And 2 men with him, man. Now notice how when I asked the priest what the scripture says about 2 or 3, right? The spirit of what?
They are in the midst of thee.
The spirit of the Lord is in the midst of them. Right? So he's asking for a familiar spirit. Right? Read on.
And they came to the woman by night.
And they came to the woman by night. Right? Read on.
And he said, I pray thee, divide unto me by the familiar spirit.
Divide unto me by the familiar spirit meaning this is divine. You said divine. Oh no, so I heard divide. Salaki. Read on.
Divide unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me hence, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee.
Right, so he's trying to ask for his Adawan who passed away, right? Gave up the spirit. Okay, he's gone. He dead, right? And he goes to this witch at Endor with a familiar spirit, and it shows you that even Saul, how wicked Saul was, right? Salaki. Read on.
Verse 9. And the woman said unto him, behold, thou knowest what Saul hath done, how ye have cut off those that have familiar spirits.
That have what?
Familiar spirits.
Read on.
And the wizards.
And the what?
Wizards.
Read on.
Out of the land.
Out of the what?
Out of the land.
Read on.
Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life, to cause me to die.
Right. What is a snare, sir?
A trap.
A what?
A trap.
A trap, man. You got a wicked bitch for a wife. That is a fucking trap, man. You did not choose wisely. And so for the Adawan also, man. Alright. This is a The words of the Most High is a two-edged sword, man.
Right.
And he is not a respecter of person. All right, so if you're out there and you think I'm beating up on the sisters, man, all right, this go both ways, man. All right, read on.
Verse 10. And Saul sware to her by the Most High, saying,
By the what?
by the Most High,
Read on.
saying, as the Most High liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Verse 11. Then said the woman, whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, bring me up Samuel.
Bring me up Samuel. Now, throughout the series, man, I brought out his mother. I brought out the prophet Samuel. Read on.
Come, verse 12. And when the woman saw Samuel,
When the witch saw Samuel, read on.
she cried with a loud voice.
She said, what?
She cried with a loud voice.
That's like a lot of sisters that come into the truth. Read on.
And the woman spake to Saul,
Read on.
saying, why hast thou deceived me?
Right. What? Read on.
For thou art Saul.
For thou art Saul. All right. Remember, he changed his appearance.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 13. And the king said unto her, be not afraid.
Read what?
Be not afraid.
Read on.
For what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth.
I saw the powers ascending out of the earth. Man. Read on.
Verse 14. And he said unto her, what form is he of? And she said, an old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle.
Read on.
And Saul perceived that it was Samuel. And he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself.
He did what?
Bowed himself.
Ah, damn. All right. Saul bowed himself unto Samuel, man, even in death. All right, read on.
Gone. Verse 15. Then Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up?
Meaning, why have you disturbed me?
Right.
Okay. All right. He, allegedly, when you give up the spirit, you're awaiting judgment, right? Allegedly. Okay. Read on.
Gone. So,
Verse 15.
and Saul answered, I am sore distressed.
I am what?
Sore distressed.
Read on.
For the Philistines make war against me,
Read on.
and the Most High is departed from me.
And if you're a wicked bastard, man, if you're a wicked sister, man, the Lord is going to flee from you.
Right.
Instead of blessings, he's going to give you adversity. He's going to allow Satan to tempt you,
Right.
as he did Job. Right? Read on.
And answer me no more, neither my prophets, nor my dream, nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do.
Sluggy. I think we skipped it. What is it? Suffer not a witch to live.
No, that's in a different
Oh, Salaki.
one.
But she is a witch, though.
Right.
You pull that?
Come.
Sure.
Come.
All right, because we don't deal with necromancy. All right. This is a sister who had a wicked gift, man. I don't even consider this a gift. All right, she was doing wickedness in the sight of the Lord, and she is done at the top 10, all right, of the wicked women of the scriptures. All right, the witch of Endor. You can read that. All right, we're gonna go into another one. All right, Delilah. All right, Samson and Delilah. All right, Delilah was another wicked heifer. Which one was it?
Read the scripture right now for you. That's Exodus chapter 22 and verse 18. Salaki. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
22 and what?
22 and 18.
Read it again.
God. Exodus chapter 22 and verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Don't suffer a witch to live, man. Cut that ass up right quick.
Right.
All right. There's no such thing as battling the truth.
Right.
The truth is going to defend itself. All right. Don't suffer her to cut that right off, real quick. All right. No scorpions. You got a question?
The drug dealer is also known for being a witch. Also,
Right.
drug
Drug dealer is are the witches of today. Okay. When you do drugs, right, it messes with your mind, right? What's that? What's the terminology, sir? It's psychedelic, right? Drugs. Chocolate is a what's a what? The hell chocolate does?
Chocolate?
Yeah, isn't that Afro?
Oh, you're talking about like aphrodisiac.
Right. It's like same thing with drugs, man. All right, now it's legal. Hey, in my community, man, they got a menu now. All right, with all the price lists. Right, all the price lists of 8s for this, 20s for that. Right, an ounce of this, an ounce of it wasn't like that when I was growing up. And before my time, it wasn't like that either. All right, so even though weed is legalized according to the oppressor, right, you're still a witch.
Right.
Okay, you do any drug abuse to hurt the Lord's children, right? You're a witch.
That's right.
Right? Suffer not a witch to live, man. Both male and female. Necromancy, whatever. If you're a witch, you're a witch. All right? Your Christian pastor is a witch too. All right? Drop that. Give me Samson and Delilah.
Judges chapter 16. And we can start at verse 4.
Exactly what chapter? 16?
Unless you want to start at verse 1. Well, you start at verse 1.
Okay.
Judges chapter 16, verse 1.
All right, so Delilah was also a heathen woman, right? That's also a jewel for the Akim and the Akwathium, right? We don't marry outside of the nation.
That's right.
Right. So, I believe some of these sisters I've brought out, right? I say sisters for teaching purposes, right? But some of them were heathens. Okay, and you know they're not our sisters if they're heathen. All right. Well, Delilah was a heathen, right? She was married to Samson. Samson was a Nazarite. Samson fell in love with this heathen woman, right? And I don't think Brianna Johnson was a heathen, but she had the same spirit, okay, as Delilah. The only difference is Delilah gave up her husband to his enemies, and Brianna Johnson committed the act on her own. Right, read on.
This is Judges chapter 11, verse 1. Then went Samson to Gaza and saw there an harlot.
Hey, what?
And harlot.
Hey, what?
And harlot.
Oh, fuck. Not only was she a heathen, she was a what?
And harlot.
What is the harlot?
A whore, a prostitute.
A what?
A whore, prostitute.
A scuster head buster straight easy breezy.
Yeah, right.
Okay, as they say in the word. All right. Read on.
It went in unto her.
And went what?
In unto her.
That means, they both uglies, man. Sex is marriage. Read on.
Verse 2. And it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither.
It's come here, right? Read on.
And they compassed him in and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city. And there, quiet and were quiet all night, saying, in the morning, when it is day, we shall kill him.
We shall what?
Kill him.
So here it goes. You have his enemies trying to kill him. And if you have an Adawan, understand that the oppressor is trying to kill him. Understand that the damn beast, right? The police department is out there to kill him.
That's right.
If you have an Adawan, no matter from what tribe, okay, because of the color of his skin, right? Because they know who we are, Israel. All right? They're trying to what?
Kill him.
And then he comes home and you want to be a dragon.
Right.
And you want to be a lion.
Right.
And a scorpion.
Right.
All right? Hold that thought. Read on.
Verse 3. And Samson lay till midnight, and arose at midnight, and took the doors of the gate of the city, and the two posts, and went away with them, bar and all, and put them upon his shoulders, and carried them up to the top of the hill, that is before Hebron.
Before Hebron. Let us get the meat of this for time's sake, bro. Sure.
Verse 4. And it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah.
What was her name?
Delilah.
And Delilah. At the slave, there's someone next door at the other slave company named Delilah. She's an Ephraimite. Right? Read on.
Verse 5. And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her, and said unto her, entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth.
Wait, hold on. Slack it. Read that again.
God, verse 5. And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her, and said unto her, entice him.
Entice him. All right. Ain't no lord or no nation gonna come up to my rib and tell her to entice me. You understand?
Right.
Read on.
And seeth wherein his great strength lieth.
Read on.
And by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him.
To what?
Afflict him.
Read on, sir.
And we will give thee, every one of us, 1,100 pieces of silver.
Or what?
1,100 pieces of silver.
They trying to make her rich because they want her out of one's head, man.
Right.
Heathen or not, man. And what did this wicked bitch do? Read on.
Verse 6. And Delilah said to Samson, tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth.
She trying to entice him, man. She don't get two F's about him, man. Read on.
And wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee.
Read on.
Verse 7. And Samson said unto her, if they bind me with 7 green whips that were never dried, then shall I be weak.
Be what?
Weak.
Read on.
And be as another man.
Read on.
Verse 8. Then the lords of the Philistines brought up to her 7 green whips, which had not been dried, and she bound him with them.
That says it was freaking. It's a bondage. Read on.
Verse 9. Now there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber. And she said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he brake the whips.
And he did what?
Break the whips.
Read on.
As a thread of tow is broken when it touches the fire.
Read on.
So his strength was not known.
So his what?
Strength was not known.
Read on.
Verse 10. And Delilah said unto Samson, behold, thou hast mocked me.
That has what?
Mocked me.
Man, you got proof of friend, man. You got proof of rim too.
Yeah,
all right? Heathen or non-heathen, man. I pray thee that y'all don't go into the heathen nations, okay? All right, I pray that you learn something in these law classes, okay? We will not give our sons to their daughters, Okay, we don't take wives of their nation. I'd rather any sister out of the 12 tribes and beseech their camp leaders to court them. Okay, than any heathen out here in the world. All right, read on.
And told me lies.
And told me what?
Lies.
Read on. Let's get to the meat for time's sake. Like it.
Fine.
But she sold them out.
Let me jot down to
She ain't, you know, in this case, you know, she gave her Adawan up to her enemies, man, and destroyed that brother, man. All right. You don't want to destroy your Adawan, man. If you chose him, you was bold enough to take it to the next level with him, man. Be his peace, man. Lift him up, man. All right. Lift him up in the sense that, you know, he needs help. All right. Understand that he's your head.
right.
Okay. You are his companion. Don't stress him the hell out, man. All right. And that goes for the Adawan too. All right. Don't stress your wife out. You know, don't be a lion in the house. You understand? There's no telling why that brother, Ryan, right? That's his name, Ryan. Riley, what's his name?
His name is the brother's name is Ricky Dog.
Ricky. Slovakia, Ricky, right? The brother Ricky. There's no telling why he got. You know, we don't know what happened. We just know what took place.
Right.
Okay, and we know that act is a wicked woman act, man. Okay. You know, men can be wicked too. Don't be wicked to your rib, man.
Right.
All right. Take hold of her as the weaker vessel. All right. And that's how marriages work here in the truth, man. All right, every now and again you have an incident where you see it publicly. All right. That's out of the spirit, man. All right. Shame on you if you're that type of sister.
Right.
All right. Shame on you if you're that type of brother. All right. Especially you are of note. All right, and you're respected at the gates.
Right.
Whatever so have you your rank. All right. You know, if your wife go to the council and she bring grievance upon you, then hey, you know, she did it righteously. Okay. She went to council. Okay. At the end of the day, that is your rib. You gotta make it right. All right. Don't look at her like she's not your sister. All right, just because she's your rib now. Right, that's still your sister. All right. And vice versa. Read what you got.
You still want to go with the Samuels?
Right, the meat of Samson, Baba Kishore for
It's like
for the subscribers. It was past us 18.
What verse you want to go to?
Verse 18.
Verse 18.
Because verse 17 is where he told her everything. Okay, that means that, you know, the scriptures say, you know, if thou have a wife, right, you know, her husband safely trusts her. All right, so verse 17 proves just that, right? Even though she was a heathen heifer, right? Read on.
God. This is Judges chapter 16 and verse
17.
So you want me to go to verse chapter 17? We
No.
16.
Chapter 16, verse 17, Baba Kishore.
Verse 17 comes.
Right.
Judges chapter 16, verse 17. That he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there have not come a razor upon my head.
So he's telling her the secret of his strength here. All right. You know, if your husband decides to share secrets with you, you know, I don't talk. I speak to the council. I enjoy my brotherhood. All right. Kind of hard. You gotta peel me back like an onion. This ain't about me. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
For I have been a Nazarite unto the Most High from my mother's womb.
A Nazarite is someone that was promised unto the Lord. All right, that's all he's gonna do. That's his life. Okay, it's like the priests and prophets here in the ISUPK.
Right.
Read on.
If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me.
If my what?
Strength will go from me.
If you know anything about the Lord, you know exactly what Samson is trying to say here. Okay, thou shalt not round the corners of thy beard or of thy head. Okay, Samson never had a shape up. Right, read on.
And I shall become weak,
Should become what?
weak,
Read on.
and be like any other man.
I mean, any man in the world, man. Okay, you're a Nazarite, you're a priest and prophet, right? An anointed priest and prophet of God, right? You are not like any other man. Okay, you are held to a higher standard. Okay, and it's your job to live up to your oath, right? And wake up the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Who are scattered in the valley of dry bones, right? Read on.
Verse 18. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart,
Or his what?
his heart,
And this is the heart right here, man.
right?
Okay, so if you ever wonder why your Ottawa don't do that, right? It's because we are men of war,
Right.
okay? We are men of war, right? You will get your time. Everything in its due season, okay? Trust and believe your Ottawa loves you as he loves himself. All right, read on.
She sent and called for the lords of the Philistines.
She did what?
She sent and called for the lords of the Philistines.
And that's another reason why he probably don't open up. Read on.
Saying, come up this once, for he has showed me all his heart.
Or his what?
Heart.
Listen. Hey, big ups to Mike Tyson, man.
Oh,
Big ups to Mike Tyson, man, with that Robin Givens, man. All right? That's just Samson and Delilah. Read on.
Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her
Read on, sir. Read on.
and brought money in their hand.
That's that hundred pieces of piece
Right.
of silver. All right, read on.
Verse 19. And she made him sleep upon her knees.
What?
And she made him sleep upon her knees.
Ooh, wait. He had his head on her lap, man.
Right.
Read on.
And she called for a man.
And she called for who?
A man.
Oh, Lord. Read on.
And she caused him to shave off the 7 locks.
The what?
The 7 locks.
Hey, man. Hey, Salakia.
That's right.
You know, these are 6
Right.
locks right here.
Right.
I usually wear 7. Salakia, the sister could not braid 7. All right, these are 7. These are locks right here. These are 6 locks. All right. 6 locks. These are locks right here. Right? Ain't no dreads.
Damn right.
All right, read on.
And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him.
Stop.
Stuff.
Read on.
Verse 20. And she said, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as at other times before, and shake myself.
And what?
And shake myself.
Shake myself. Read on.
And he wist not that the Most High was departed from him.
Meaning the Most High, right? Because the vow was broken of him being a Nazarite, right? That was it. That was it. He became as any other man. He entrusted his rib, right? And she gave him up to the Philistines, right? To his enemies, right? So Delilah goes down as number 5 of the top 10 wicked women of the scripture series, right? We have Potiphar's wife, right? We press some time? Or we pass over? Okay, Salakia. All right. So we'll next week, Lord willing, we'll continue this. Right? We're at part 6, right? 15. We're at 7
next will be 16.
Right, 7 and 16. Right, but we left off on 6.
Right.
Right, no sweat. All right, don't forget, support the New York City Salakia. Support New York ISUBK barbecue hosted by Captain Tazariot. All right, at Salakia. The date?
That would be August 28th.
August 28th,
At Marcus
and
Garvey Park,
commended,
New York.
right, and commended Jeremy Hollis,
That would be August 27th. The location would be at Times Square, 44th Street, 7th Avenue, New York, New York. Date again will be August 27th, and the time that it will start will be 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Most High Christ. So we have the link,
Come,
we have the sign-in sheet.
come.
All right. And with that, I say shalom. I pass the class over to Priest Noso 500 also Shaol.
Clap, clap for the class.